Hello and welcome to the Devil Cyborg Podcast, episode 25 on a Thursday, actually being recorded on a Thursday. As a matter of fact, I've hit a major lull in procrastination to the point that I'm actually procrastinating from recording podcasts now. I think I've hit the maximum amount of procrastination that someone can actually hit at this point. But either way, welcome to the podcast, 30 minutes or less of just random talking, really. But hopefully today is a good show. We're going to have a bit of bit of wrestling on what's been happening. A bit short thing for this time because, again, not much is going on. We're going to have a bit of album review and maybe our biggest Q&A ever. But of course, let's kick in to the personal shit first. Personal shit, for God's sake. Let's start with what happened on the Thursday, seeing as, to be honest, I will be honest right here, not much has happened. If I had to summarise most of my recent days, it would be bed, computer, food, bed. That's basically been it. It's been a slow time. I've done a bit of revision for my exams coming up, but other than that, I've really been on low down. I think you can hear an airplane. Jesus Christ, it's a loud airplane. Other than that, the only other time I've been out of my room, really, I've visited my friend at uni a couple of times, but not yesterday. Jesus, not yesterday. Tuesday, that was it, Tuesday. My lovely girlfriend came up to Brighton to visit me. We had a nice little visit down in Brighton. We went to Wafflemeister, which is a waffle place, and it was fucking lush. We had this Dream Team waffle, which was original, a waffle with vanilla bean gelato and Belgian chocolate on it, melted Belgian chocolate on it. It was lovely. And I also had a cookies and cream thick shake with it as well, which was lush. And we also went down to the seafront, or beach really, Brighton Beach, Brighton seafront. Either way, we went to this little place. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but I don't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. That was quite nice. I got some calamari, and we both shared some chips as well. She had most of them, but yeah. It was just really nice. We walked around. We went down to a bar down there called Twisted Lemon. It's one of our favourite bars to go to in Brighton. It was just very nice little chilling out. We went to Churchill Square Mall. It was a very nice day out and something to get me out of the room, at least. So yeah, that was really nice. But other than that, I've really done nothing. Of course, I've been keeping on with the Doctor Who's watch-alongs. I'm now on the 11th Doctor. No, not the 12th Doctor, that's it. Peter Capaldi. I've reached that now. I've been binging YouTube. There's one person who I've started watching who's doing a House Flipper series, and I just really want to get House Flipper now. I hadn't heard of it before, and I was like, shit, I need to get House Flipper now. But either way, that's really what's been happening. Tomorrow I'm going to be going home, so hopefully with the personal thing for next podcast, should be a bit easier, who knows. Actually, what day is next Thursday? I need to double check. Oh, it's 31st. Oh, sick, I might actually be going home by then. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. But yeah, other than that, not much happening, I will be honest. So I guess, with not really much happening in my life, we should probably cut in straight to the wrestling. Ew, yeah, I know. Let's go through Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown is ultimately better at this point. It's not subjectively better, it's kind of getting objectively better at this point. But I'll go with SmackDown first, just because I feel like SmackDown is doing the best right now. So basically, there was a Miz TV segment with the New Day. Miz wanted to ask them who was going to be in the Money in the Bank match, and kind of try to manipulate, like, oh, all of you could be like the best, anything like that, like, so maybe trying to break them up, but didn't. And then the Miz and Big E had a singles match, which ended with the Miz winning, technically by distraction by the Bar, who brawled with Woods and Kofi on the outside. So a bit of a build-up match to the Money in the Bank. It seems Big E might be the Money in the Bank match person, considering by this match. Lana defeated Billie Kay in a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. So Lana's first ever singles match win. Getting into the Money in the Bank match. Her first Money in the Bank match as well, seeing as last year her and Naomi were the only people not to be in it because they were having a SmackDown Women's Championship match. Why the fuck was Lana in that match? Jesus. Andrade Cien Almas beat another local competitor. Yeah. Woo. It's... yeah. Just give Andrade an actual... actually, no, to be honest. Oh, no, they don't have Dolph Ziggler anymore, so they can't do... they can't do the match like that. Shinsuke Nakamura revealed the stipulation for his WWE Championship match against AJ Styles in the WWE Money in the Bank. He jokingly said pillow fight first, but after laying down AJ Styles on the outside of the ring with a massive brawl, he counted to 10 and announced it was going to be a last man standing match. And also he had knocked down AJ Styles for a 10 count with a Kinshasa on the outside, so maybe Shinsuke will win. He might win. Oh, okay, that's actually quite nice. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defeated the Usos to earn the #1 contendership to the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We're going to be seeing the Club against the Bludgeon Brothers. So, big push for the Good Brothers. All good, all good. Hopefully, they'll be able to do well in the match. I don't think Bludgeon Brothers will lose it unless they really are hot on the club, but there hasn't been much build-up, so I think it might be a Bludgeon Brothers defense. Naomi defeated Sonya Deville in a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. I mean, Naomi was going to win this. You can't have her win the one bar and not win, I guess. It's quite bad because Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce, like... oh no, there's going to be a fucking Absolution versus... there's going to be an Absolution versus Iconics pre-show match in Money in the Bank. I bet right now. Yeah, Naomi rolled up Sonya Deville, of all things. You'd think Naomi, being such a talented and powerful wrestler, someone who would win a whole battle royale, would be able to beat Sonya Deville quite easily. No, she has to fucking get a roll up. Jesus. And the main event of the match, main event of the show, Daniel Bryan defeated Jeff Hardy to earn a second opportunity at Money in the Bank qualifying match. So it's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe, a very classic Ring of Honor match, if you ask me. So very, very cheeky, very, very good match as well. So you think, okay, that's a fair enough match, but how is it that Raw's worse than that? Oh boy, let me tell you. Ah, shit, it's not giving me. Come on, just give me the fucking... give me the results, not the preview. Because why do I want to see the preview? Oh, that's it? Yes, here it is. So, we had another Stephanie McMahon confrontation with Kurt Angle. Oh, we're going old Mick Foley in here. Oh, Roman Reigns came out and was like, Stephanie, I think I need another opportunity at Money in the Bank. I was rightfully wronged. Kevin Owens came out and was like, fuck off Roman, shut up, all that stuff, and tried to get a bit cuddly with, not cuddly, kind of on the good side of Stephanie, but Stephanie was just like, piss off. And then it ended up with an Intercontinental Championship match. No, it's not an Intercontinental Championship match. There was no open challenge this week, because it was Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens and Jinder Mahal, with the faces getting the win. Seth Rollins, I believe, got a very, very creative curb stomp on Kevin Owens. He tried to go to the curb stomp first. Kevin Owens just got out of the way, and then he turned around, another curb stomp. Brilliant. I'm going to skip this. Sami Zayn did the Bobby Lashley sisters segment. Sami Zayn used to be my favourite wrestler. He isn't anymore. It's just really sad. I'm not even going to talk about it because I actually couldn't even watch through the whole thing. Ember Moon featured Alexa Bliss in a Money in the Bank hype match. I mean, they're really pushing Ember hard, aren't they? Baron Corbin features No Way Jose. I mean, yeah. The B Team, in their second match, undefeated as the B Team, defeated Breezango once again. They're celebrating quite hard now. I'm happy the B Team getting a shot being tag team guys, but poor Breezango. They beat The Bar on their first night at Raw, and now they're losing to the B Team. Like, come on. Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey signed their championship match contracts. Stephanie McMahon's playing a bit of a manipulation game here, but Nia Jax is like, shut the fuck up. And there was a bit of a stare down at the end. Dolph Ziggler defeated Chad Gable, and then Drew McIntyre beat Chad Gable up after the match. Natalya defeated Dana Brooke, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan to qualify the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Jesus Christ. I mean, out of that match, who's really going to win? Who is really going to win? Elias defeated Bobby Roode. Actually, I don't even remember that match. Did I watch that match? No, I actually don't. And then there was a big main event, Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor. Braun Strowman won the match though, by as Finn was doing the coup de grace, caught him running power slam. So another Money in the Bank hype match. Who's gonna win the men's Money in the Bank match? It's not gonna be anyone in Raw, because who's actually gonna cash in on Brock Lesnar? Well, hey. So yeah. Fuck a doodle do. In honesty, what? So yeah, that's all that. It's WWE have really gone downhill, and New Japan have the best Super Juniors going on. I watched day 2 of it. That's the only one I have watched so far. Skull versus Takahashi is pretty good. Dragon Lee versus Sho was also quite a nice match. Yeah, it was just quite solid. New Japan are doing quite well, except from pushing Flip Gordon. Like, what the fuck? Why are you pushing Flip Gordon? Also, fucking Tiger Mask is on. Tiger Mask is in the lead. Tiger Mask is the top person in his block. What are we doing in New Japan? What are we doing? Why is Tiger Mask the fucking old veteran at the top of the group? You're not going to do a fucking Tiger Mask redemption storyline, are you? Oh, Jesus. Either way, now I've got that on my system, let's kick in to the album review stuff. Of course, I've made this a weekly thing. I do it weekly on 95 Degrees. I think I might be getting my own channel and radio thing soon, which is pretty sick. Just because it's really rocketed in popularity. And in the last week, I have reviewed, and I'm going to try and count this quick. Hey, I don't think I can count it. Fuck. Wait a minute. I've nearly got it. I've reviewed 14 albums in the last week. Sure, there's been a day, but okay, maybe 14 in a week and a day. So that's basically 2 albums per day. That's actually pretty efficient. I'm awesome. So let's go through them. First up, I was suggested Demon Days by Gorillaz, of course. Probably their most iconic album to date. Should I look at the... No, I'm going to do it by heart because I can remember most of these. The thing is, the Gorillaz are one of my favourite bands. The fact that they're quite creative with their stuff, Feel Good Inc. was like a childhood jam, nostalgia and all that. I like their stuff now. Demon Days, though, is not as good as I thought it would be. Like, it's quite annoying. It is quite annoying because I wanted to listen to it and be like, you know what? I gave Gorillaz crap when I talked about their albums being quite shit, but they are quite shit in honesty. Actually, I'm gonna have to look at my notes because I don't remember what I hate about it, but it was bad. Album review. I love I can literally just search album review and all of them are there. Alright, right, here it is. Wait, oh no, oh fuck, never mind. Plastic Beach, that's the one. So last time on the podcast I reviewed fucking Demon Days in it. Oh wait, no, wait a minute. Oh, I hadn't reviewed Wonderful Wonderful by the Killers yet. Okay, so I reviewed 12 in a week, so not 2 albums per day. I apologise. Wonderful Wonderful by the Killers. When I heard that the Killers had released a new single called The Man, I listened to it and I was like, fuck, this is actually pretty sick. I love this. It's a fucking banger, but the rest of the album's just only really nice, if you get my gist. The songs are good, and they're very well written. Like, they have put together quite a good album. It's just, it doesn't click with me. It's just kind of a bit of a, it's there thing. However, it is a well-rounded, and I would suggest you have a listen to Wonderful Wonderful. If you do enjoy The Killers, I think you may enjoy it. Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. I had already reviewed Demon Days, got a 6. Oh, fucking Wonderful Wonderful got a 7, by the way. Plastic Beach by the Gorillaz. Of course, Demon Days got a 6, so you'd think Plastic Beach would be around it. No. Plastic Beach has my favourite Gorillaz song ever on it, which is Rhinestone Eyes, which, strangely enough, the band don't actually like, which is sad. And even though it has my favourite song, it cannot save this album. I mean, the singles Stylo on Melancholy Hill and Rhinestone Eyes, they're good. I mean, on Melancholy Hill, it's kind of a bit of... it's a taste. The rest of it is just a mess. It just cannot save it. The songs aren't enjoyable at all, and it's just a really messy album, really. It's very, very messy, and yeah, as I said, only the singles really hold up, and I gave that a 4. Listen to Stylo on Melancholy Hill and Rhinestone Eyes, because they are good songs. Just don't listen to the whole of Plastic Beach. So that got a 4, as I said. Next up, I was told to listen to the very best of Supertramp by, of course, Supertramp. I'd never heard of Supertramp. I may have listened to... the Logical Song and Give a Little Bit. Those are the songs that I remembered from it. I didn't expect it to be that good. Because I didn't, of course, know what I was in for, you know. As the songs I recognise, I was also surprised their song Breakfast in America. Because, of course, if you've listened to Gym Class Heroes, Cupid's Chokehold, take a look at my girlfriend, she's the only one I got, na-na-na-na. That was, that sampled Breakfast in America. So I was quite surprised by that. It kind of lifted my enjoyment of the album. For its time, when it would be released, all their Supertramp songs, I think it would have been a good album, but of course, because music has evolved and my taste is a bit more different, I don't feel too connected to Supertramp, I guess. Even though it's not as high as a score for others, I would recommend you do listen to the very best of Supertramp, or just Supertramp in general, I guess. I gave it a 7. You're going to see a lot of 7s, I think, I'm not sure. But next up is Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. Now, I enjoyed most of this album, I will say. There's a feature by Rex Orange County, who, of course, I reviewed their Apricot Princess album, which got a 9 most recently. And a lot of songs on this album were very, very good. That being said, some of the songs didn't click with me in the slightest, and it left me very doubtful on what score I should give it. I deduced that I should give it the lower score because I was between 7 or 8, but I thought I'd give it a 7 just because I have the doubts and all that. But it is a good album. The fact that I nearly gave it an 8 shows that it's quite a good album, and I do recommend you listen to Flower Boy as well. To be honest, the amount of things I recommend, Jesus. Next up, going away from a bit of Gorillaz, The Killers, Supertramp, and Tyler the Creator, Emotion by Carly Rae Jepsen. That's out of nowhere, isn't it? I'm quite after I listened to it, I realised I was very pop trash. As soon as the starting song of the album, "Run Away With Me" started, I was fucking dancing in my chair. I could not help myself. Yeah. It's an extremely poppy album. Like, if you do not like pop, you may not like this album. But it's got a bit of electronic under it. Like, some really good backing instrumentals. But fucking hell, I really fucking enjoyed it. It is a very good album by Carly Rae Jepsen, and it deserves an 8. It didn't get the emotion out of me. Well, I mean, did, but it's not warranting a 9. It's a definite 8, but it's something I would recommend. Next up, I was suggested "Go and Sell All of Your Things" by Damian Swoomy and the Minor Prophets. Was this album going to be a massive disappointment like the last time I was suggested an album by this person? Because last time they recommend Beards by the Beards, which was, he says, a joke recommendation, but I don't trust him because I'm pretty sure he listens to that, like, unironically. Amazingly, even though I did not trust him because he had the lowest score of any suggested so far, he actually recommended a good one. I don't like country music. I don't really like... I think if you watch Bo Burnham's Make Happy comedy, it's on Netflix if you want to, he goes through, like, stadium country. Like, some country's good. Like, fucking Whiskey River. Whiskey River by... Who is it? Fucking hell. Who sings Whiskey River, take my hand? Whiskey River, come on. Who's Whiskey River? Whiskey River, take my hand. Oh, Willie Nelson, that's it. Bit of Dolly Parton. That's all good shit. But stuff like today's country, stadium country, as Bo Burnham calls it, it's not good. But I discovered that country and folk music are different, which I was quite surprised by. I should have known because of Mumford & Sons, but hey ho. I am kind of a low-key fan of folk music now. Just low-key. Despite an odd filler song in I Hope You Die Sad and Alone, yes, that is the name of the title, which was kind of had a little bit of a live thing, a bit more, hey, we're going to perform in a pub, I guess. The whole album is actually pretty good. It doesn't list any emotional response, except for a bit of toe tapping and a bit of hand movement, you know, as you're listening to it, you kind of get a look put in. But other than that, it's a solid folk album, so if you enjoy folk, it probably will be enjoyable to you. But even if you don't, have a little listen to it, you might enjoy it. You never know. Next up, we had Mothership by Dance Gavin Dance. So I recommend, I reviewed another Mothership by Led Zeppelin, and that got a 4, so God knows how this is going to go. When listening to this, I was... surprised, but I shouldn't have, because the person who suggested it has got 9s over and over and over again. Like, they are the best suggested so far. I was unsure about what it was going to be like, but as I went in, I was just like, you know what, I might actually listen to it again. Some of the lyrics are a bit shouty. If you don't like shouty lyrics, then you may not want like it. I'm not too big a fan on it, but, you know. The instrumentals and the normal vocals, because there are normal vocals. It's kind of like Linkin Park, if you will. Like, there's the "Watch You Go" and all that stuff. And there's normal vocals behind it as well. It works so perfectly in how they work. At first, I thought I was going to have to stop the album midway through, but I ended up actually enjoying it all the way to the end. Because, of course, as you start it, you're kind of a bit unsure and it's thinking, but as you go through it, it's just amazing. So I would heartily recommend it. I gave that a 9. Yes, the first 9 of this podcast. Woohoo! Next up, Damn by Kendrick Lamar. And the album has a poor start, I will admit this. But it starts to get you back on track as you go along. Because the thing is, Damn creates a good flow between the songs. I like an album that flows between. If you can create a good flow between songs, that's good. The thing is, the fucking big hit of the album, Humble, just comes out of nowhere. It just comes out of nowhere. It's so out of place in the way it's put that it just kind of ruins the whole flow of the album. After that, it just kind of felt samey. All of it kind of sounds the same. And I know I'm probably insulting someone's music taste here, but I enjoyed like half of it, and the other half just wasn't up to scratch for me. So I gave that a 6. Next up, Things Change by Grabbit. The person who suggested this listens to this kind of music a lot, and I always kind of made fun of it. I'm now regretting making fun of it because I'm actually really enjoying it. Things Change is no different from, for example, I think what should I? It's by Grabbit. I recommended an 8 with Better of Time, and it's also quite close to Adventure by Madian. It's an amazing electronic album with good tunes and amazing vocals and a really fucking good feeling to it. So I gave that a 9, another 9. We've hit 2 9s so far, which is pretty mad. Sorry, I'm going to have to have a cup of tea because I'm actually going to wear down my throat at this point. Next up, I think this was supposed to be a joke. I think this must have been a joke suggestion. But A Present for Everyone by Busted. I unironically love this album. Busted is childhood nostalgia for me, basically. If you play me Air Hostess or Can't Crash the Wedding, you cannot stop me from just dancing as an 18-year-old Brit. Even the songs outside the singles were really good, and I really fucking enjoyed the album. If you've never listened to Busted, it's basically boy band, pop punk, not pop punk, yeah, pop punk, why not? Stuff, really, I guess. So I gave that an 8. I'm going to quickly try and run down. We may have to go to 35, maybe 40 minutes. It's episode 25, it's an anniversary, or we'll lengthen it, why not? Next up, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West. I was wondering what I think about a Kanye West album. You know, people always hail him as like one of the best rappers in the world. And this is the album, I can see why some would say that. Songs on this album are pretty good, and Kanye does very well. One of my favourite Kanye songs, Power, is on it, so you know. My gripes with Power are overuse of swears, like there's quite a bit of unnecessary cursing. The amount of features, like there were literally 4 features in just one song, which is mad. And the ad-libs and non-music parts that are in songs, they go on forever. It's a bit annoying. It's a good album, but it's not something that I would listen to just by myself, and I wouldn't listen to it again at least. I gave that a 7. Next up, Another City, Another Sorry by The Answering Machine. It didn't have any The Answering Machine didn't have any artist info on Spotify, so I was a bit, what the fuck is this going to be like? Even though the album had come out in 2009. Luckily, it was a pretty good album. It had great guitar riffs and instrumentals, as well as some top-notch vocals as well. It's a very solid album, and it gets an 8. And the last one I've reviewed, Live After Death, or maybe Live After Death, because it's a live album technically, by Iron Maiden. I didn't think I'd enjoy Iron Maiden. I always had kind of a bad feeling about bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, such. I still have a bad feeling about Led Zeppelin, but that's... Live After Death is a live album, one side of the disc being from Long Island Beach and the other being at the Hammersmith. Some of their songs are really fucking good. Like, I did not expect it at all. I wasn't even put off by the live audience stuff either. Like the kind of when they're at a crowd and they do the left side, right side. That was actually kind of entertaining. And the whole thing started with Winston Churchill's speech as well, which kind of gains points, you know. It gains a very good mark in an 8 as well. So that's all the album reviews done, and we've literally just hit 30 minutes. But we've got Q&As to do. We've literally got the most Q&A questions ever. So I feel I kind of have to do this now. So I apologise if you do not want to hear this at all. So let's kick in with what I got on the day of recording the last one, but it got sent in just after I'd finished the review. Not the review, the podcast. There we go. So the first one I had got was... sorry. There's a theory on the afterlife that goes like this. When you go to sleep, your brain is usually active for about 2 minutes before shutting down for the night. But during those 2 minutes, you dream. And the dream lasts you the entire night, despite only being 2 minutes. And the dream only stopped because you woke up. It could have realistically have gone on forever. So the theory is, since your brain has 7 minutes of activity before death, you dream for those 7 minutes. And those 7 minutes will last forever, since there's nothing to wake you up because you have died. So the afterlife is that dream. What are your thoughts on this idea? I think this is actually quite a nice idea. Whoever actually put this on the Q&A, I really like it. I really like this question. It's probably one of the best Q&A things I've ever had. Even though it's quite lengthy and explains quite a bit, I really like it. I like this idea of the afterlife, because the whole thing with the dream stuff and the 7 minutes, I think it's pretty sick. Maybe the fact that... to be honest, 2 minutes dream does last you the entire night, so the 7 minutes would last you very, very long. I'm just thinking if your brain shuts off, because technically when you wake up, your brain's still awake. If you die, your brain shuts off, so maybe it might not be a dream, because as you die, the brain shuts off and it can't really function anymore, unless your afterlife is literally suspended in that moment. So who really knows? Yeah. It's a nice idea, but I think it might not be correct in some places. Who knows? Oh, my tea's getting cold. Oh no. Next one is a wrestling one, so I apologise. There's quite a few wrestling ones. I have wrestling friends who I send these to. Other than the main names in Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, Wolfgang, and Mark Andrews. Who do you think will be a rising star in WWE's upcoming UK division? If I had to pick one person, I'd probably have to go for Travis Banks. Even though he's not UK, he's part of the UK division. The Kiwi Buzzsaw, as they call him, he's very fucking talented, and he's got this whole aura about him. Some people don't like him, but I think he's actually pretty good. He's got a bit of a look on him, and I think he could be quite a good rising star. I really do not want to waste this tea. Next up, what's been the WWE/NXT match of the year so far, and the New Japan Pro Wrestling match of the year so far, in your opinion? So, we're nearly halfway through the year. We're close to nearly halfway through the year, by like a month. So, WWE NXT match of the year, I feel like I'm going to have to give it to an NXT match. And it probably is that ladder match. Yes, it has to be that ladder match, come on. It has to be the ladder match at New Orleans. It was just really fucking entertaining. I know I might have made a different opinion somewhere else, but that's the one that really stands out to me, and it was a really fun match as well, so I have to give it to that. New Japan Pro Wrestling match of the year so far, I'm going to have to stick with... actually, to be honest, I'm going to have to go Young Bucks Golden Lovers match at Strong Style Evolved. I was going to go for the Fatal 4-Way match at Wrestle Kingdom for the Junior Heavyweight title, but I did not feel the ways I felt about Golden Lovers Young Bucks about the Fatal 4-Way match. Yeah, I do believe that Golden Lovers versus Young Bucks at Strong Style Evolved is my match of the year for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe even my match of the year so far, in honesty. Do you think the AJ Nakamura matches in WWE lived up to the hype? Fuck no. The things with Wrestle Kingdom is everyone expecting a Wrestle Kingdom level match at WrestleMania, and it didn't. It ended with a surprise win, which came really out of nowhere, and like there wasn't even a finish to it. It was literally just he's about to, oh no, it's got caught and all that stuff. That was literally it. And all the matches since have really been disappointments. I mean, they finished in, like, dubious means. But Last Man Standing, maybe he'll do something. But I'm really not thinking so. It hasn't lived up to the hype. You can't have something booked on the hype of a Wrestle Kingdom match, because you're never going to reach it again. There's one bit of warmth left in my tea, and I want to drink it before I do. Where did you get your name? So, my name is, or my username is Devil Cyborg. I guess someone's wondering how I got the name Devil Cyborg. I'll tell you the story, in fact. I got the name Devil Cyborg from one of those Facebook, put in your things here and you'll get your supervillain name. That was literally it. It was a supervillain name generator from, like, your first initial and your date of birth. And I had got Devil Cyborg, which I think some other person had, like, Dark Wizard or something like that. I can't remember. But, yeah. Since then, I called myself Devil Cyborg as kind of like a joke. Like, I changed my name from what it was before to Devil Cyborg, like my friend did. And I didn't change it again. I just stuck to Devil Cyborg because it just sounded really cool. So yeah, that's the story of how I got the name Devil Cyborg. Yeah, it was a Facebook supervillain name. Perhaps I always was a villain. The next question is a smiley face, so I smile back to you. What's your favourite genre of music, and also within that genre, who is one of your favourite artists? This is a difficult question for me because I don't really have a favourite genre. If we had to look at the stuff, if we had to look at my album review stuff, I've only given 10s to Joji and Daft Punk. In honesty, I might have to go electronic. Electronic might be my favourite genre, even though I really like loads of types of music. And I'd have to say, in electronic music, Daft Punk are very high, in honesty. Daft Punk are very, very high. But then, I really like pop punk and like the pop punk scene after 2007. Like, Panic Disco is my favourite band of all time. So yeah, I think Panic Disco are my favourite, but if we went for my favourite genre really, and it's electronic, probably Daft Punk. Which is the best of the SmackDown games? I will say this right now, I never played one of the SmackDown games, and it's because I only got into WWE around about 2016. I want the GM mode to come back, even though I never played it. So yeah, I can't really answer that question. Are you good at drawing? Sometimes. I can do some really good pictures, but sometimes they come out as awful crap. I think I remember drawing like a little thing about an Arsenal versus Borussia Dortmund thing, and some of the people came out really good, some of them were like, no, they do not look good at all. So yeah, I did do BTEC art, and I got a pass, so yeah, I guess half and half. And finally, who do you think will win each Money in the Bank? Do you think they'll successfully cash in on whoever champion they pick? I only say the last part because I quite like the idea of using the briefcase to switch brands. Okay, I think for the men's, Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Daniel Bryan and The Miz are probably going to win. Actually, no, Daniel Bryan might even win, will they? Probably The Miz. I think The Miz might win Money in the Bank briefcase. And for the women, probably... It's a difficult one, actually. I need to look at who's in the fucking Money in the Bank match. I only have okay. I'm going to quickly hurry before I get taken out. I think that Becky Lynch might, or maybe it'll be the unannounced person. Really, none of these really shout out Money in the Bank contract holder, really. Yeah, none of them really do. Maybe Lana gets a surprise win, who knows, maybe they'll book something out of Lana. But it'd probably be Alexa Bliss, won't it? Oh no. Oh no. But yeah. Yeah, I think for the women's one, I think they'll have a successful one. And as for the Miz, they'll also have a successful one. Miz will probably pin Shinsuke Nakamura, and Lana will probably get a very win on SmackDown Women's Championship. Who knows, really. But that's where I end this whole thing. That was the Q&A. That's the podcast. Boom, boom, boom. Episode 25, 40 minutes. I'm very sorry for the 10-minute edition, but it's a special time, you know. So thank you for listening to the podcast. And I will see you in the next time. Peace!